Let's start as we do by paying attention to the environment that we're in. We bring the residue of all of what's happened in the past into this moment. So if it's something that's quite fresh or something that had a big impact, it's going to have more of a residue. We all have such a momentum in our mind, in our systems. And this is a real opportunity to stop and let everything settle. Relax deeply. And notice as you tune in what parts of your body are relaxed and which parts might have a bit of tightness in them that you could soften. Most of us can usually relax a little bit more along the back of the neck and shoulders, the upper back. And if you're supporting your upper back in your environment with a chair or on the floor or something, then you could really relax all of those muscles. And if you're sitting upright, see if you can let your skeleton hold you up and your core muscles so that you could relax the back of the whole back of the body. And check your face as well. Notice your muscles, the mouth and the jaw. We express ourselves in part through our words and in part through our facial expression. Relax your forehead and eyebrows, the eyes and the corners of your eyes, your chin, your cheeks, your lips, as well as the interior spaces in your head, tongue, your throat, your neck. And notice the whole mechanism of speech. We're going to do an inquiry in a few minutes around speaking up or not speaking up. And before we do, it's really helpful to relax the mechanism of speech. See if there's enough space between your upper and lower jaw so that you could have that all be soft. And notice your chest, the large muscles that cover the rib cage, as well as the interior space in the chest. When we have energy in the face and the mouth, we can often feel that down into the throat, into the heart center, down into the gut, the stomach. Notice what your experience is right now. And then for a moment, let's anchor our attention into the breath. Exhale and inhale. Just really noticing the rhythm and the wave of your breath. There's that natural relaxation as we breathe out. An expansion and a rise of the wave of breath as we breathe in. And anchor your attention into your breath, even as you're aware of your whole body from head to toes. Notice if there's a bit of tightness that you could soften, if you could breathe a bit more deeply. And even as we do the inquiry, keep an eye on your breath and on your body. The body and the breath give us such clues to what's going on. If something is disturbing, a thought is disturbing, we might hold our breath. We might get a bit tight in our body somewhere. And certainly, if there's any kind of anxiety or worry, that's always reflected in the body. The good part about that is that we can relax our body and work with our breath in order to relax the mind and our emotions. And also, it's a really good signal that something's distressing, something's creating a response. And then let's go into the inquiry and remembering to stay in tune with your present moment through your breath and through your body. As we bring up incidences, thoughts, memories, some of them are going to be about the future, maybe, but most of them are going to be about the past with this kind of inquiry. We're going to look at times when we felt like we couldn't speak up or where we want to speak up, and maybe we did speak up, but we're just going to look at the memories, the pictures, the words that come up around that. Whatever comes to mind for you with that is fine. For some of us, it would be maybe a time when somebody was being gossiped about someone that we know was gossiping about somebody else, saying something not nice about them. It could be any kind of a comment or conversation that we're uncomfortable about. Perhaps someone says something that we don't agree with politically or that scares us in some way. As you're bringing it up, stay in touch with your breath. We want to be looking, but not be traumatizing ourselves. So we have to just keep in mind that we're looking at images and words that are coming up in our mind in our present moment. We're not actually in a situation right now. We're inquiring into a situation or paying attention. You can work with your eyes open or closed. But notice the words and pictures first. If you're seeing this situation out of your own eyes, see if you can back up a step so that you can see yourself in the situation as well. If you're talking to a group of people or maybe one, and notice the details. What's the body language? What's the feeling? What's your sense of what it is that's going on there? What words are being said? And notice the response in your own body to the conversation. If you're working with words or images, you could put them all into a collage if there's a bunch of them, or you could be working with one situation, one conversation perhaps. And see if you can put that visual image of it, words or images, into like a frame of some kind or maybe onto a screen see it on a laptop or something. Notice that it's playing out in your mind and that you're watching it. Could be a video clip, could be a still picture. And there's something that's going on inside of you in response to that situation. You want to say something. What are the social costs of that? What's going to happen if you say something, if you don't say something? Let yourself visualize it and really let whatever it is around that situation come up into your mind to be noticed. And then do what we do with pictures. Either bring the picture up into your mind, notice the space all around it, put a frame around it, and then just take your eyes around the picture in the space, clockwise a few times or counterclockwise a few times. For some people, it works better to do the tapping. Bring the picture up into your mind and then tap on your forehead between your eyebrows. Bring your attention then to the sensation and the sound of the tapping. And as you're bringing your hand down, then just to notice what it is that's happening. What is your response to that situation that you're looking at? Does it mean something about you? Is it reflecting something back about who you are? There could be thoughts about, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't want them to be mad at me. There could be anger at the other person or maybe a loss of respect for them. Stay with the images and words if that's something that's coming up for you. And also be aware of the sensation and energy in your body. Keep in touch with your breath. And notice in particular your jaw, your tongue, your mouth, your throat. What are the words that need to be said or can't be said, are said? And at some point, bring your attention more directly into the sensation or energy in your body. What does it feel like in your body to be looking at the situation? Where is the energy located? And notice the space all around the energy. If there's a feeling of something in your heart center, for instance, notice if it goes up into your throat or down into your stomach. Does it come out to the edges of your body or is the edges clear? Just notice your experience. See if you can welcome that energy. First, we notice what it is. We notice the space where it is and the space all around it as well. And then we watch with kind of an open curiosity. What does that have to tell us? What does it mean? Are there pictures or memories that are involved with this energy or sensation? And stay in touch with your breath. These are things that we're looking at, scenarios that we're maybe watching of something that happened in the past, or maybe a projection about how something might turn out if we handle it a certain way or don't handle it a certain way. Notice with the energy in your body if that's something that you've felt before, if it's familiar. Maybe this is something that you felt really early on when you were a child. Often we have a better sense of what would we want to say when we reflect back. You could also take a moment to see yourself saying that. Feel that in your body too. Staying in touch with your breath, with your body. We're going to finish in a moment. So if something's come up that you feel like you want to sit with, you could do that. You could stay with that now, or you could come back to it. Make a mental note of it. There's often a lot associated with this, of speaking up or not speaking up, relationships that we have with people, power, powerlessness. It's not a simple thing to look at. And then set that all aside again. Come back to just this awareness of your situation right now, your body, your breath, the energy, your feelings in your body. Take a few deeper breaths. Relax your shoulders, your eyebrows, your jaw, your chest, and your stomach, all the way down through to your toes. And then when you're ready, open your eyes.